Okay. Let me get everything up here. All right. Hi, guys. I had a reading to do right after work, and well, not right after work, right after I got ready for this, and then I got done, and it's time to come on. So, hi. All right, let's see. Hi, Pat. Hi, Renee. Hi, Tony, Minky, Phelan. I was legit watching my phone for the live. Yay! All right, Selkie. Hi, Teresa. And Shauna. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Book Lioness. Lavender Moon's Breezy. Danny, how are you? And Lisa and Emma, hello. My migraine is better. I was going to say that. Thank you to everyone who sent me energy. I in the main office today, and it was one of those days that I had this little headache that just wouldn't quite go away, and I thought, oh, it's going to turn into a migraine, and I took a whole bunch of stuff, and it didn't get worse, but it didn't go away, and that's usually by the end of the day, it starts into a real migraine. So I thought, I can't. I have too much to do tonight. And you guys, your healing worked wonderful. It went away. I have nothing now. So thank you. Love you guys. Who else? Silver, hello. Rhonda. Just watching one of your haul videos. Oh, yay. I love those. They're always fun. I am feeling so much better. So thank you. Thank you. Angela, hello. Julie, hi. Ayana, hello. Long hair, skinny eyed toe, hello. Hi, Dawn, Chris. Chris, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Quite a while ago, I think. If you're the same Chris Hunter I'm thinking of. Hi, B-Bow is here. Hi. Rowena, the Empress is your birth card. Yay! Oh, good. So, I have to say now, I may have gone a little bit overboard with the Empress card. I really like the Empress card too, because I always see a lot of myself in the Empress card in the nurturing aspect of it. Woo, let's lower that because I don't want to hear that. Nurturing aspect of it and everything. And I may have pulled quite a few cards here. So now, wait a second. This is supposed to be on. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. I turned off my do not disturb. That's why I'm getting all these stupid notifications. Yes. Do that. No. Do that. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, my squirrel brain, guys. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So anyways, I pulled out maybe a few too many Empress cards. Because I kept going, oh yeah, I like that one. So there's quite a few. We do not have to go over in depth all of these Empress cards. I just pulled out the ones that I know I like. And so we can pick a couple to really go into depth, and we can just look at some too. That's okay. Hi, Justin. Still waiting for the Buffalo card. Actually, there's almost a card. It's close. It's not quite the Buffalo, but there is almost a Buffalo card. All right. What did I miss? Hi, Marge. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Fatma. How are you? Do you have an Egyptian Empress card? Do I have an Egyptian Empress card? It's funny. You know, I had an Egyptian tarot deck. I really want to see the Harry Potter set, right? I know, me too. And remind me at the end of this, and I will try to talk about that at the very end. I used to have a couple Egyptian decks, and I didn't get along with them very well. And I traded both of them, actually. Not where I was trying to go for. And I haven't replaced them. I haven't found an Empress deck that I like. Sometimes they're very plain. I feel like a lot of the Egyptian decks seem to be very plain, and they go a lot more for symbology, which is okay. But I think there's more to be said about them. And I haven't found a deck that I feel like they really go into detail about the Egyptian pantheon, which is really what I would like to see. Not what I was looking for. Hang on. I swear I copied my Tarot Tuesday files because I couldn't find them the last time. And nope, I imagined it. All right. I swore I did that. All right, give me 1 second, guys, and then we will start. How are we doing? 6 minutes already, and I haven't started. I'm sorry, I'm getting there. Hold on. I swear I did that. Maybe it just didn't save. Tuesday. Really quickly. We're doing okay. Come on. So we're in the, yes, wait, is this it? Yes, maybe? Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Let me save, copy, get out of here, and save it really quickly, and then I always have it so I can refer back. Come on. You can do it. There it is. Okay, perfect. Now, one last thing I need to pull out. So I was at the main office today, if you can't tell, which means I was a little crazy, and because it's so busy there. And so I don't have time to do what I like to do, which is to, get everything together and be able to work for, half an hour to an hour to 4 hours on my tarot stuff while I'm at work. All right. How do we do? Okay. So I answered the Egyptian. I don't have an Egyptian card. That's the Empress. I do have a new playing card deck that is an Egyptian playing card deck, and there's a specific Egyptian game that it goes with. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'll be doing that video soon, though, to unbox that, because I don't think I did that. All right, only a few cards. I know I'm terrible. Hi, Steven. Hi, honey. Glad you're here. Somewhere in time. Hello. Anybody? Jack. Hi, Pansy. Anybody else that I missed? I'm sorry. Hi, Jenny. I think Adelia. Hi, honey. King Viridian. Finally caught one of your lives. Hi, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So did you pull out enough to make a full tarot deck? Not quite, Pat, not quite. But I do have quite a few. I just kept finding them, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that one, and I like that one, and I don't know how I had time to pull all of them, but I did somewhere. Okay, now. Just half a deck, right? You would get along with the buffalo deck. I know, I definitely would. Upright femininity. That's fun to say, right? Beauty, nature, nurturing, abundance. Shauna just got back from the doctor's, had to get 30 injections. Is that for allergy kind of stuff? The more the merrier. I wish I had more decks. You have enough out for 2 decks. Reversed creative block, dependence on others. Thank you, Marge. I appreciate it, honey. Okay, so we're going to look at the regular Rider-Waite-Smith card. The cards that I have been pulling from are from the new Radiant Wise Spirit deck, which is, the Dirty Pam borderless, basically. 30 injections. Gosh, I'm sorry, Caroline. That is a lot to handle. So there's an aspect of this card that I wanted to talk about eventually, but I'm going to try to get through. Oh, I will remember. I'm going to get through the regular one first, and then we will get to that other aspects of the card. All right, so we're going to start with the Ultimate Tarot. This one is by Liz Dean. And this is always a good place to start because it just talks about the symbology that's on the Rider-Waite card specifically. Okay, so here we go. Here's our gorgeous Empress here. The alternative name is the Mother. Numerology links, it is linked to the Hanged Man because it is 11 and 2 or 10 and 2, and it is linked to the World. Okay. The astrological sign is, of course, Venus, which is where we get our the feminine sign for feminine is from Venus. It is an earth element card. The key meanings are abundance, generosity, and creativity. So the Empress is the mother archetype, symbol of creativity and abundance. She bears the symbol of Venus on her shield, relating to her planet Venus and the Roman goddess of love. In pre-Roman times, Venus was much more than the ruler of relationships. She was the earth mother, nature herself. So she was what we would consider Gaius today. Gaia. What? I don't know what I'm having a stroke. That's what I'm doing. Gaia, I was right the first time. It just didn't sound right to me for some unknown reason. Okay. She is seated in an earthly paradise. So if you see, I love that part of the Rider-Waite meandering river. You see the abundance of wheat or grain. Maybe Gaius wants some attention. That might be it, Sarana. I know I'm suddenly calling out Gaius's name, and he's not even in the council this week. I mean, he's in my overall council, but the Hanged Man is 12, which reduces to 3. The Emperor. Thank you. I'm sure that's not what I said, Stephen. It's buffering. Oh, no. Is it buffering for everyone? Because it looks like it's buffering for me here, too. Shit. And now we're back to commercial. Trying to... Yep. I have to watch a commercial to get back to my own video. Here we go. We're back, hopefully. Yes. Okay. Good. So anyway, the trees in the background, the abundance of the nature that is around her. Love that. It's, the green fields and the grain in the... I'm getting the circle spinning while you are fine. Well, that's weird, Pat. It's still buffering there. Can somebody type up what do you call that? Yep. Refresh. Can somebody type refresh for them? Because hopefully if they... Thank you, Stephen. Oh, my goodness. It happens a lot with you. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be anybody home, but my son just got home, so we'll see. I was asking about the deck your husband got you. Yes, yep. Reload if you're buffering. Thank you, Pat. All right, I'm going to hold on. Ready? Take a deep breath with me, everyone, because obviously we need this tonight. Ready? Okay. Couldn't think of words all day. I know, right? Perfect. So now everything is going to be perfect. The world is 21 and also reduces to 3. Thank you, Stephen. And see, it's my brain just doesn't want to deal with numbers, so it just says, you don't know what you're doing with that. Don't speak on it. Okay, ready? She is seated in an earthly paradise where corn grows at her feet. Now, you all know corn back in the day did not actually mean corn. It meant grains. It was kind of a generic term for all different grains. Hi, Chase. How are you? And now Kelsey is buffering. Oh, no. So back in the day, they didn't have corn. They called that maize because that was an North American crop, and the people over in England and that kind of thing, they did not actually have maize. They called corn, when they said that, it was a generic term for all grains, just so you know that. She is seated in an earthly paradise. Yeah, I had to restart to get away from the buffering. Ugh, sorry, King. I hope that's not mine again. Are you on some fast game? Yelling at my son. I only have one son home. You'd think he could stay the hell off of it tonight. Where corn grows at her feet, a river meanders and then flows into a waterfall, forming an abundant pool. All the trees are in full leaf, so this isn't like right before winter when everything's, losing their leaves. Shauna will be back in a minute. Her sister just called. Okay, no problem. This is summer, a time of harvest and plenty. The Empress leans back slightly, supported by a cushion and a bolster, as if she has transplanted herself from indoors to her garden. She's perfectly comfortable. She's relaxed. She's hanging out, hanging back, feeling good. While living in the material world, she stays connected to her roots and goes with the flow of life. Her pose and loose gown may suggest she is pregnant, and some decks show an obviously pregnant Empress. While the High Priestess is lunar and virginal, incubating herself spiritually to connect with the twilight realms beyond, the Empress manifests her feminine. Another deep breath. Ready? Femininity. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. It sounds like I'm doing a voiceover. Sorry. She is the solar, earthly, and fertile aspect of womanhood, also indicated by the rich yellows, red, oranges, and green colors of her card. Her loose gown suggests she is preggers. Yep. Okay. So, we are talking about nurturing aspects. Now, before I continue on to the other books here, I just wanted to touch on the fact that there's some change going on within the tarot that I think is great. It completely sounds like I'm doing a voiceover. How horrible. Oh, wait. I muted the whole thing, didn't I? So now I can't. Oh, it doesn't sound like that to me. Kind of. I don't know. I hate the way I sound, so. Okay, so there's changes that are going on in the tarot community. that to me I think are very good changes. And we've talked about this a couple times because when we've studied this card before, there has been some people that have talked about the fact that it's too bad that the Empress has to be a binary thing. That for some reason, well, we know that before, when especially when the Rider-Waite was made, that there are certain aspects and archetypes that went along with what they considered to be feminine traits, nurturing, fertility, abundance, that kind of thing. They considered to be feminine traits. And now, because our society, thank goodness, is changing, and I was making something witchy and a huge spider came out from under my microwave. Sarana, I had a huge spider at work. Your words are not matching your mouth. I hate when that happens. It looks like one of those old kung fu movies. So the changes are coming out to be, the Empress doesn't have to be binary. There can be non-binary Empresses. And so there's several decks that are coming out and that have come out that show that that the Empress's archetype does not have to be 78 Degrees of Wisdom touches on the subject. Ben, thank you. I need to get that book. That's one of the ones I do not have, but I really like Rachel Pollack. So, mouth moves for 30 seconds. Yes. I love those old kung fu movies. But there needs to be some decks that are coming out that do that, because nurturing is not a purely feminine trait, right? There are certain things that we say fall into the yin category, the feminine category, that don't have to do that anymore. There is much more fluid traits. Hi, Hexen. Glad you could stop by, sweetie. You're still at work, though, huh? Or did you just get out? As a trans guy, I'd love to see more masculine or ambiguous representatives. Me too. Me too. I'm listening while I close the door. Yay! I totally agree. And so a lot of the cards that I pulled out were some of the cards that I felt were non-binary or did not like specifically look at the feminine aspect only. That's not to say that all the cards I pulled out are like that, but spiders right next to me. Oh, there's something going on with spiders today, guys. I've seen a lot of people now say that there's big spiders. I had a huge hairy spider at work that I had to that someone was like, "Oh, wait, I'll step on it." And I'm like, "No, wait, I'll bring it outside." So I got a little cup and brought them outside, and they all like opened the door for me, and you know. Anyways, so there's a lot of these decks I do not have yet, but I do have some that are non-binary. So definitely something to look for and something that we will talk about specifically in this discussion, okay? Just to let you know, because at the beginning here, a lot of this still talks about it in the old way, which says feminine traits and feminine this, you know? I asked, why does that bother you? They couldn't give me a straight answer, pun intended. I'm not fond of her style, but it's good for applying the tarot to your life. Absolutely. You're welcome. You're all welcome, because I do think for sure that especially in this day and age, you would think it would not be such a big deal to not have that, Empress has to be a pregnant woman, That's not what nurturing is all about. Oh, I miss you too. I want you to move here too, Hexen. See that couch? That's your couch. I'll even get you a bed. I'll put it in this room. Come on up. People will just sidestep it and leave it as a meh. Yeah, exactly. And I hate that. I hate that. Okay. Let's move on, though. But I did want to mention that. We'll be talking about it more. But that a lot of the books still will go back to that, this is a feminine trait and blah, blah, blah. Okay. We're going to read from Holistic Tarot, which is by the incredible Benabel. The Empress is crowned with a laurel wreath and stars. Her robe depicts a pattern of pomegranates. Now, pomegranates is very much that nurturing, fertility, energy. I love. As a matter of fact, there's a deck, I swear. Maybe I pulled it out. I don't know. That has just a ton of pomegranates on it as the Empress, which is great. By her side and on a pillow behind her appears the Venus symbol for femininity. Yep. Never going to be able to say that tonight for some reason. You need to do sign language. I do use my hands a lot. That's true. Jack, how could you even guess that I wouldn't have pulled him out? Of course I pulled him out. For femininity. Yep, it's just going to be one of those days. Awesome. See? Perfect. The fields in front and the forest behind her grow abundantly. A stream winds out from the forest and spills into a waterfall by her feet. She holds up her baton of sovereignty. The theme of the Empress card is creativity and creative energy, which, again, to me, not at all feminine. Right? So many tongue twisters, right? All I hear is M&Ms. Oh, now you got me hearing M&Ms. An Empress that's a male seahorse. That would be a great idea, Jack. Is there? I feel like, no. There is a deck with the 2 of Cups that are male seahorses. I can't remember right off the top of my head which one it is, but almond M&Ms. Oh my gosh, I know. I used to love peanut, and then almond came out. So good. Now I so want M&Ms. Thank you so much, Chase. In a reading, it suggests the realization of creative projects. 3, the ternary, is the number of creation. Also, the number 3 represents the number of spatial dimensions that form physical reality. The Empress is the supreme card of love, fertility, and family. The pomegranates on the Empress's robe represent fertility, love, marriage, and passion. This is the card of fruition. The wreath on her crown denotes victory. The Empress suggests an incredible gift for harnessing interpersonal relationships to yield success and harmony. Connection, right? She can harness the laws of nature in her favor. She produces. She makes things happen. In any reading about a personal project or creative endeavor, the Empress is a harbinger of fruition. The Empress, with her material abundance and wealth. The pillows that the Empress rests on denote comfort. When the Empress appears in a reading for a female, it could indicate an au naturel kind of beauty, one with incredible feminine power. And again, Benabel, come on. Why couldn't it represent that for a man too? When the Empress appears in a reading for a female, it could be a male too. That could indicate an au naturel kind of beauty. What's the matter with that? We have to get away from that. And it'll happen. And it is happening. It may be going slowly, but it is happening. So bear with everyone, and everyone will catch up eventually, right? Or they'll make us into the Handmaid's Tale, and we'll all end up with robes and bonnets on. Anyways, I did not say that. I don't need to read the rest of that. That's terrifying, right? I know. Didn't mean to scare everyone. That's a hard pass. I agree. All right. I can't help it though. If you guys haven't seen The Handmaid's Tale, I do highly recommend watching that show because it is so absolutely the worst case scenario, the story of what's happening today and what some of the people who are in power today are really trying to get to. It just seems like everything is relevant. Hi, Sue. Okay, so the next one is Modern Tarot, and this is by my Michelle T. Love this one. The core of the Empress, the archetypal Earth Mother, is connection. Connection, connection, connection. Not only is the Empress connected, but all of her connections run deep. She is connected in ways that we all long to be, but that often seem somewhat out of reach. She is heart bonded to her partner and her children. Her pets are her familiars. She understands them and communicates with them intuitively. Her connections with her friends are profound and fulfilling, and she connects with strangers in ways that leaves behind gladness and a sense of our shared humanity. And again, her, they. The Empress's primary connections are with the earth. With the earth. How is that only feminine, right? And with herself. This is illustrated by her placement outdoors in the wild forest, seated on the throne there, the ultimate Earth Mother. Because she understands that she is of the earth, this primary connection allows her a deeper connection with herself, her own creatures, and her cycles. I'm coming on my boat. I'll be there after class. What? Just made jackfruit tacos. Oh! I am on my way. Geb is the male god of the earth. He is the earth to me. That's awesome. Perfect. Now, understand, all right, let me finish this before I start going off on one of my squirrel tangents. Because, yes, her primary connection allows her deeper connection with herself, her own creatures, and her cycles. She wears a crown of stars, suggesting that her connection with nature does not stop at the earth, but rises up to the heavens. And her scepter symbolizes her immense power. She's related to the Greek goddess Demeter, the earth goddess whose joy causes the world to burst with life and whose grief brings on winter. That is some serious fucking power. Her robe of persimmons is said to represent fertility, and this mama is a real fertile myrtle. But to stick around in the ancient Greece for a sec, pomegranates are the food of the dead. And I see this life-affirming earth goddess a hint of her deep understanding of death as a part of life, as a part of nature. The heart-shaped shield leaning against her throne symbolizes self-protection born of love. And the glyph for Venus suggests she embodies many of the principles and traits classically attributed to females: grace, compassion, patience, maternal skills. The Empress understands that the earth is her home, that it gives her every single thing she needs for her basic survival. The same is true of all of us, but as much as we long to feel connected to the earth and the natural world, such connections can be fleeting at times, at best for most of us city dwellers. Through a core spirituality that sustains her and colors her world, the Empress remains connected to the cosmos. No wonder I'm not patient. Connected to her own creativity, she sees many of her activities, not just her more obviously art-making ones, as deeply creative. Most of all, she is connected to herself, loving herself effortlessly. She treats herself as she would treat any of her beloveds, kindly, sweetly, lavishly. There is no guilt, shame, or toxic perfectionism in this person. Whatever her body may look like under her robes, she's into it. And it hasn't occurred to her that you wouldn't be too. And that sometimes gets lost. And I do see sometimes when we pull the Empress card, sometimes it's about, you know what, honey, you've been really hard on yourself. That you have kind of taken a back seat to other people for a long time. And sometimes the nurturing needs to come home, needs to be surrounded. You need to surround yourself with nurturing. You need to learn how to say no. You need to understand that the body that you have been given, the body that you have, is beautiful no matter what it looks like on the outside. On the inside, it's beautiful. Now, does that mean let's all eat Snickers for dinner every day and let ourselves go to pot and not worry about, how healthy we are? No, it does not. But it does mean that we all are going through this crazy life on this earth, and that we all are doing the best we can. And if we're doing the best we can, and we're like purposefully loving ourselves for who we are, it's a lot easier to change those things that you want to change. You're welcome. Snickers every other day. Yep. Overindulgence can be a form of self-hate or neglect. Yep, negligence. Absolutely. Absolutely it can. And sometimes when we're hiding stuff, that's when we're overeating or, smoking or the bad habits, the vices that we all have. Sometimes we need to go, okay, why is it that what am I trying to fill? It's because I'm not loving myself right now. It's okay to say, I want to lose however many pounds you want to lose. It's okay to say, I feel like I am not healthy enough and I want to do something better for us. It's a different thing, though, to say, I don't love myself because of that. Because I have, so bad. I've done such a bad job that suddenly now I'm fat. Nope, that's not okay. We need to love ourselves just the way we are right now. And so sometimes when the Empress card comes up, that's the message is, you know what? Bring some of that nurturing home. Right? Okay. Beautiful. Now to go in just a little bit more with the binary stuff. There is the archetypal energies that they have assigned, right? When you go to a psychology class, they will talk about the different archetypes, and they have been assigned through history of nurturing. That's under the feminine column, and stern and rules, and that's under the masculine column. So the energies that are there, we do not have to see them as feminine or masculine. We do have to, because of 99% of the books that are written and 99% of the tarot cards that are out there, we do have to understand that that's what they're talking about when we see these images. We do have to understand what people call feminine traits, that's what we're talking about when we see these, so that we know what archetype they're coming from. However, we just don't have to say that they're feminine archetypes, right? We can, if we're in a psychology class, we need to be able to spit that information back to them because that's what they're looking for. But we can say, okay, the Empress is that nurturing energy, that self-love, that connection, that fruit, that when something comes to fruition, that is Empress energy. We don't have to say that's feminine energy. We just have to understand that that's the energy that we're talking about. Okay? As you are saying this to me, my little sister was texting me the same thing, how she has gone crazy eating junk food and she needs to get back on her diet. Oh, tell her to love herself first. And this is, all right. Do I want to get down that dark hole? If you are comfortable with that kind of thing, I would highly recommend, yes, yin yang energy instead of arc. Yep, absolutely. That's a great idea. Yep. Yin energy is that nurturing energy. The vagina monologues are really good to help you look in the mirror and say, you know what? This, and it adds a little bit of a funny spin on it so that you can look at yourself differently. The first time I went to one of them, and there's lots of people who do them, a lot of famous people do them, a lot of actresses do them, a lot of, writers have done them and stuff, so it's not just one. But if you look them up, they're funny, and they're good to really help you get in touch with loving who you are. So I just had to say that. Okay. Now, let's look at some of the other cards, right? So, if you caught it, Jack was saying, did you pull out the Numinous? This is the Numinous Tarot. Love, guys, if you're looking for a non-binary, inclusive, in all ways deck. Hi, Groon. How are you? This deck, it hits every button. I love, love, love this deck. This deck makes a point of not putting people into categories. It's inclusive in that it has wheelchairs in there. So there's some differently abled people in there. There's all different colors. There's all different sexes. There's all different binary choices. Really, really great deck for that. For all things. I mean, I am loving this deck. I use this deck a lot now. But specifically for all the inclusivity you can ask for. Love, love, love this deck for that. And if you see, I think, Jack, am I right? Is this like almost a self-portrait of the creator of the Numinous? I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think this is the card that was a self-portrait of the creator, which I just love. It is changed to be called the Nurturer. And so what a gorgeous card. And again, we have, the abundant fields behind them. We can see the trees in the background. There's all kinds of nurturing, connection, abundance. We see, I love that the yellow sacral chakra is really lit up here, because our self-love, that's where our self-love comes from, is from our sacral chakra. So it's lit right up. This is a person that absolutely accepts and loves who they are, right? And is totally and completely connected to what is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love that card. Okay. So I'm going to kind of try to go through these somewhat quickly, unless there's a card you want me to stop on and really talk about for a while. Right? Absolutely. Because I have pulled quite a lot out. Self-love comes from Snickers too. Absolutely. Okay, this one is the Animal Totem Tarot. And I just love this Empress. I love that kind of cow is called, I have a stuffed animal. It's a Shetland cow, I believe. There's your buffalo. I know, right? It's pretty close to the buffalo. But the abundance, that, to me, this cow specifically looks nurturing and abundant and fruitful, and That long shaggy hair, you just want to hug it, right? Ah, Reese's peanut butter cups. What are you guys doing to me? That's it. I'm going down to the gas station afterwards. A yak. I think it's a Shetland. I think it's called a Shetland. It's not. I swear it's called something. Shetland something. Scottish cow? Is it a Scottish cow, Mickey? Thank you. Yeah, I have. Hold on, let me see if it's on here. Oh, you're right, because look, it even has a Scottish hat on. Look. See? I love him. But he is just like that. Or she. Yeah, it doesn't really say, but it even has bagpipes. So you're right. It's like a Scottish. They bred cows not to have horns. Isn't that cute? Okay. So yeah, you're right. It's a Scottish. Okay, so I love that one. This one is the Line Strider Tarot. And I love this one. When you look at, my kids knew I was in the trick-or-treat bag because all the Reese's were always gone. Oh, me too. And thank goodness, I don't know how oh, thank you. Scottish Highland Cattle. Thank you, Rowena. Thank you. Why do we always talk about food, right? Because it's us. My kids did not like chocolate very much. So I would buy a ton of chocolate and other stuff for them too. But I would buy a ton of chocolate because I knew they wouldn't touch it. And I'd be like, oh, I'll take that off your hands. Okay, so yes, this is the Line Strider Tarot. I love this one. It has a tiger in there. See the tiger? And which stands for her power. And it has a monkey. Come on. There it is. And the monkey stands for her knowledge. I want to say. I believe. Knowledge. I didn't pull that book out, but I believe it's knowledge and power. And then see the horn behind her. So she is in commerce with everything around her. So I like this one a lot. This one is the Otherkin Tarot, which is the same creator. It's that Silo Thompson as the Line Strider. Oh, come on. There it is. See, we have the bear head there. You know how a lot of people say mother bears are very nurturing and protective. That's where that comes in. So again, very, I like these because they show the power of the Empress, not just the, don't piss off Mama Bear, exactly, the power, the protective nature of the Empress is very, very important. This one is the Saucy Burrito, which is the Salsa Burrito. Salsa, nope. I usually can say it too, but today is not my day. Saucer. It's this deck. And I really like this Empress too. Very, you know, with the flowers, she's kind of hanging out in the fields. She's comfortable enough to, you know, be naked in the fields, just on her own. Her face here is very, to me, very powerful look. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm here. What the fuck do you have to say about it? She has no problem with being who she is, where she is, wherever she is. Like that one a lot. We're stuck on food. I know, right? I'm starving. I ate, what did I eat when I got, I ate a bowl of cereal when I got home, but then I started to work, so I'm going to eat after. This is the Litha, Children of Litha deck. Artichoke and barbecue sauce. Artichoke and barbecue sauce. Wow. That is not a combination I would have thought to put together. This is the Children of Litha Tarot. And again, I love this card. This is Monkey and Tiger represents intelligence and playfulness as well as power. Thank you. You are awesome, Stephen. He's just the man. He's my admin that is always there for me, always helps out, always is right on top of things. Everyone say thank you, Stephen, for being I hate to say the best admin. You know I love all my admins. But Stephen is the one that is just, he's right on top of things all the time. Okay. Are we still talking about food? You guys crack me up. All right. So this Children of Litha, this one has horns. Are we that far behind? Oh, no, we're not. Okay. Thank you, Marge. I appreciate it. She has horns. You see the cherry blossoms. If I can get this to focus. Yep, the cherry blossoms here. So it's beautiful. It's abundant. I love that her clothing is harvest colors, so it's really earth connection. Here she has pomegranates next to her. And in her hand, really, really cherry pies. Really gorgeous deck. And King Viridian, I will tell you, it's a great deck. It's an independent deck, and the cardstock is that rose petal, gorgeous finish. I'm behind because I dropped coal on my keyboard. Oh, no. Oh, Marge, I'm sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, you poor thing. Rose petal finish. It is that rose petal finish. I find I really like the rose petal finish. It's gorgeous, but I can't shuffle them. They stick together for me. And they don't stick together, but they don't, it's not a riffle shuffle, and I'm terrible, but I'm a riffle shuffler. This one is right in front of me someplace, and Vision. This is the Vision Quest Tarot, and I love that they made this an older woman. This is the grandmother card. They don't like moving at all. Yeah. You're a riffle shuffler too. I am. I just am. I love the turtle in the background. Here the abundance is in this gorgeous Aboriginal pot in front of her. She's taking care of her grandson. She's in this gorgeous green leafy field. I really love that they made the grandmother that energy, because at least it's not, the pregnant fertile mother, which I love that image sometimes, but it's nice that you can show that to be that nurturing empress, you don't have to be pregnant or even fertility age, or that's a step towards that non-binary stuff we were talking about. My hands just won't do it. Marge needs to be a mod too. I know, right? Because she's so great. She's always there. Good idea. Okay. Here is Gaia. I'm a gray mod. Gaia is from Chrysalis. Is that what it's called? Yep, Chrysalis Tarot. And just, come on. Just gorgeous to have Mother Earth be that that Empress energy. Really beautiful. I mean, there's not a better Mother Earth than Mother Earth, right? Love it. This one is one that I used to use a lot, Lion's Gateway. I love that they have included the hair here. They have Mama on the Witch List. Another one. Yes, 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 yes. It is a beautiful, the chrysalis, okay. I will tell you, the Chrysalis Tarot is a gorgeous deck that I love to use for teaching a lot because the cards are beautiful. I don't read very well with it. It's a little bit different system, and I don't, but it does have keywords on it, so you could probably read with it okay. I just have never connected with it really well for readings. But I think they're beautiful cards. I use them a lot in my altars and that kind of thing. So I love this this card. I love the way she does this. This is the creator who did wood burning and then painted over the wood burning part. And I just love the way they have all turned out. They're really beautiful images. So I love Chrysalis, but never did a reading with it. See? Me too. It's a gorgeous deck. It's gorgeous. But it just doesn't read very well for me. Maybe it's, just me, but here is the Spiral Tarot. I have 6 tarot and 2 oracle decks on my list. The Spiral Tarot, this one again looks to me like Mother Gaia. Looks like Gaia completely to me. I love the dove above her head. We have the Kabbalah Wheel of the Year basically over here. Hi, Art and Tarot. I was just checking out some pictures of the cards from the Chrysalis deck, and it just gave me chills. So amazing. The idea of scrolls just seems so awesome and magical. And I hope that you can connect with it, Ayana, to read with. And I just love the cards, but I just have never been able to read with it. So that was the Lion's Gate Tarot. Yes, exactly. And again, we have the grains in front of her, the waterfall. Her foot is on the moon here. She's got the pomegranates, I believe, still on her dress. It's just a more richly... Stephen is using that deck right now, is he? Love it. Love it, love it. Sorry, am I going too fast for you guys? I'm trying, but we're at almost an hour. The Lion deck? Cool. All right, this is the Darkness of Light Tarot. I adore this deck. I usually do not get it out till after Samhain because it's a very shadow work deck for me. I love, love, love this deck. The Empress here is playing music. Is one of the Empresses that, to me, is quite androgynous. Come on. There it is. Playing music in this abundance of places. Has water at her feet. This is one of those decks that always stops me in my tracks, and I almost have nothing to say because you're looking at it and it's so pretty. Here is Modern Spellcasters. This one is, I love that it has runes instead of the Venus symbol. It has runes on the shield here. Come on. There it is. Her clothing, the look on her face, the abundant growth behind. I really want the True Black deck. Yeah, me too. I know, Pat. I just have not gotten myself quite there yet. But we have, you know, the cow in front of her here. Just a really beautiful looking deck. This is Shadowscapes. Why is she green? Well, Rob, in that deck, not everyone is human. Why did the cow have 5 stars? You know, Anne, I can't remember. I will, if I remember, I will look that up though and let you know. I'm trying to remember. I know there's a reason for it and I can't remember. The Shadowscapes deck was one of the first decks that I connected with very well for readings because it's so ethereal and I'm such like a fairy person. To me, these are all fairies or, you know, very ethereal feelings. I love that, you know, she's like releasing butterflies. It definitely could be absolutely from Star Trek. Just such a beautiful deck. And I really wish I had been able to get the version from, what was it, Czechoslovakia. I think that they had bigger cards because the art is so gorgeous that it would be nice to have the bigger cards. I really wanted the True Black too, but don't know if I would read with it or if it's just going to be a collection on my shelf. So I'm trying to get a deck I'll use. I hear ya. Watch out for Kissing Kirk. Yeah, for sure. They did make it too small, I know. Are black and white decks harder to read with? Not necessarily. I'll tell you, the Al Goliath, he has lots of intuitive meaning to it, and I love reading with that deck. And that's all black and white. It depends on the deck. I want to try to use it. Me too. This one is called the Spirit. Shit. What the hell is it called? Come on, Jen. The Spirit. It's got to be right here because I pulled them all out. Where is it, Jen? No. Oh, it's in here someplace, isn't it? Yep. Hang on. It is Spirit Within. Spirit Within Tarot. And I really like this one. I love this deck because it is all shadows. So you can imagine whatever you want that person to look like. And I love that there's dogs here. So to me, talk about connection. The Spirit shit. Not heard of that deck. I know, I'm getting there. But to me, what could be more nurturing than taking care of your animals and spending time connecting with your animals? So I really love this deck for that. It's a great reading deck, the Spirit Within, too. Really gorgeous. Every time I look at it, I can that's a good path working deck for me, too. I don't know, something about the shadows always makes me want to delve in further to it. So, okay, this one is Animal Monday, and again, I like that this deck is not binary. This is a dark purple peony on the front. Which has a whole bunch of symbolism with it. And I did pull this book out because I loved their explanation. If I can find it. I swear I pulled it out. No, I didn't. I lied. I didn't pull it out. I lied. Sorry. There's deep spiritual meaning there. Just don't ask me what it is tonight because I don't remember. And it's not even right in front of me either, is it? Nope, it really isn't. My brain. So I will tell you this, it's very odd. All of a sudden, it's funny, somebody said something about the black and white decks. The black and white decks all of a sudden have been calling to me a lot. My mom is making Ranger cookies. What are Ranger cookies? I don't know. I think because I'm hungry. Every time you guys talk about food, I'm like, what? The black and white decks that I have never connected with very much and don't use a lot, all of a sudden are calling to me. So I have a feeling I'm going to be pulling all of these out. This one is the Wild Unknown. And I am showing both the Emperor and the Empress because I love the duality of the Wild Unknown Emperor and Empress. And the fact that the Empress has the moon, the Luna moon, and the Emperor has the sun, which is like that harsh energy. It's much more like you can see everything. The lunar energy is much more in the shadows, and it's kind of more emotional. To me, this is just a gorgeous way to present that duality. This is the Wild Unknown, which if you watch any of my videos, I always say, oh, I don't really connect with that deck. I don't really like it. All of a sudden, I've been pulling this deck out. And I'm like, why am I pulling this deck out? I don't like it that much. And then, like, I see things that I never saw in it before. So, I might be warming to the Wild Unknown. I can't believe it. I didn't ever think I would say that because it was not a deck I was really impressed with, even though I have it. I've never used it, ever. This is the other one. This is Lumina, the Lumina Tarot. Love this card. I love the bee on it. I love her staff here. I love the background. The ferns that are growing next to her. I don't know. All of a sudden, I think it's because I am getting into this less is more kind of a minimal thing with my decks, that I'm really liking the minimal versions. And I didn't before. Not that I didn't before. Don't say that, Jen. It's not that I didn't like it before. It's just that I didn't connect with it as much before. And then all of a sudden, I feel like I'm reaching for these more minimal style decks. So there's something to that. I think as my intuition grows with the tarot, I want less on the card. It's funny. It makes me wonder if I suddenly am going to Luminous. Yes, the Luminous Tarot. Exactly. That's it. The Luminous, what did you say? It is just the Luminous. Lumina. Thank you, Lumina deck. Yeah, but it's Lumina Tarot. Yes. It makes me wonder, suddenly I have this thought that I'm like, oh, maybe I'm going to start reading people without cards soon. Which would be a very strange area for me to go to because I have not ever really done that. I mean, I do a little bit when I connect to people's guardians. Anyways, this is my Pagan Otherworlds, which I just love this deck. This is always in my top 5 decks. It's always, again, here we have this powerful staff. She has horns. She has fur. She has a powerful stance. She is just, to me, she is that power, protective, nurturing person. So I really, reading people without cards, I know, right, Stephen? It's not something I would have thought of, but it's funny that the more I get into my readings, the less I want on my cards. I don't know what it is. Stands out the more basic. Yeah, it really seems like that. Yes, yes, yes. I do. I love that. This is just such a beautiful card. This is the Santa Muerta Tarot. And just soak that bad boy in. I just love this. I wonder if that my imagination? Is that funny? In the background, do you mean reading cards without people? No, I mean reading people without cards. Just reading their energy and their, like, what their guides are saying, and kind of like a medium would, but I feel like I'm not a medium because I don't always connect. I do connect with the ancestors sometimes, but it's more their guides usually, or their guardians. It's weird. It is. So this is just such a gorgeous card. And I love the fact that she's a nurturing energy with a skeleton on her face. And that really embodies where she knows about death and connects to death and understands that death is also a part of life, and that connection is part of the wheel of the year, the circle of life, how it goes on, and we're all connected. That kind of card to me says all that. So I love that. I'm not a medium, more of a large. Yeah, I would say more of an extra large. And I do not say that to say I don't love myself, because I absolutely love the body I'm in. But yeah, definitely not just a medium. This is the Crow Tarot. Read with crystals. Absolutely. I do that too, for sure. It's funny though. That's a good idea. I would like to, I'm getting off track. I would like to put out a bowl of crystals, and there's something to be said by which crystals you are drawn to have. So yes, this is the Crow Tarot. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous tarot. Here we have the raven, the crow, flying over the fields of pomegranates. And you see, I love that the trees here are in transition. There's kind of a fall energy, but it's, to me, that's harvest, right? That's the harvest season, which is that abundance, that fruition, everything coming to fruition. Mom, any ideas on how to cleanse a tarot deck after using it for political reading? Ooh, throw it out. No, I'm kidding. Like a Reiki reading? Yes. Yep, absolutely. That could be definitely a part of it. I would say to put them in a plastic baggie, and not everybody has bowls of salt around. I have a bowl of salt of thick salt. I'm having a stroke. I'm not really. Chunky salt. What am I trying to say? Uh-huh. Yep. Mountain salt, Himalayan salts, rock salts. Yes, coarse salts. Thank you. All of those. I have a bowl of rock salts, Himalayan salt, all of that. Sea salt. Thank you. Sea salt. That's the word I was trying to think of. Yes. Right as I come into my living room, into my witchy room. And so my all my bag of crystals I set into the salt. And some of the decks, like if I do a reading that's particularly a hard deck, I will put it in a plastic bag and set it in my bowl of salt overnight. And that kind of helps clear that out. If you have a selenite charging stand, that will help to push that energy out also. Or put selenite on top of it sometimes. You can also smudge them. I mean, you can always wave smudge around, sage around. Okay, really? What in the world is going on with me tonight? I'm really sorry, you guys. My brain is not connected to my mouth, apparently, which is really great for a tarot teacher to have her brain not connected to her mouth, right? Hi, Tan. How are you, sweetheart? Palo Santo, yes. Palo Santo, sage, absolutely. For sure. Crow Tarot, love it. Good one. This one is the Bohemian Animal Tarot. I love this interpretation also. Here we have the waterfalls. There's wild flowers, and she's a bee, which is just awesome. And see the honey in the background. Food. Yeah, I probably do need food. That's probably part of it, honey. Honey, there's honey. Yep, now I'm getting goofy. I probably need to eat, and I will be. We're almost done. We're doing good. The Gill Tarot. She is Mother Gaia. She is the hill, the mountain herself. She has the meandering river and stream. She has all the abundant fields. Her robe here is really gorgeous. There it is, with wheat and apples or pomegranates on it. Bohemian Animal Tarot. Sorry, Marge. Yep, Bohemian Animal Tarot. The Gill Tarot, yes. She has her staff, has the world on it and a dove above. Really, really great deck. I just got this deck today in the mail, finally. Why does my camera suck today? Hold on. I obviously need to clean it because I put my nasty fingers all over it. There you go. Not that my fingers are nasty. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know. I love the Gill Tarot too, and I have loved it from afar for a long time, but I finally got it. Okay. I love this card. And again, Fountain Tarot. This is not one that I normally connect with very well. However, the cards lately that I have been pulling for our tarot studies are very different decks for me that I've had. Fountain Tarot I've had for a long time. I have the, I believe, yes, I have the independent version. And it's, but this card is gorgeous. Look at her coat. It's like a coat of many colors. You too, honey. I love the coloring of this. It looks like she's in the waterfall or in the fountain. I love, somebody said before, this reminds them of Shirley MacLaine. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can kind of see that in her. And I just love the lily pads and the very gorgeous interpretation there. How are you guys doing? Are you okay? Very neutral. Yep. Yeah. This one is the Everyday Sissy Spacek. Oh yeah, I totally get that. Thank you, Soul Shines. Now I'm going to have that song in my head, Soul Shines. Is that what your name is for? Because I have to say, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, I'm really, really liking the stories that go along with this. So I would like to pull this card as one of our cards all the time, I think, and read the story. Because the stories, to me, I love a good story, and the story helps me to remember, oh yeah, remember this was the story with blah, blah, blah. And I definitely remember the story last week, remember, with the Eight of Swords and the mother that has the kids and stuff. Okay, so here we have the Everyday Enchantment. The story. Just taste this sweet fuzzy peach and those dusky damsons. Our trees are doing so well this year. Or would you like some more cake? Whoops, do you mind if I lick the cream from my fingers? And would you like some tea with that? I painted the pink hearts on the teapot myself because it reminds me that whatever I brew should have some love in it. You like my beautiful crimson roses? My husband brought me those. No, it wasn't our anniversary. He brings me gifts just because. Isn't that thoughtful? I want my children to grow up in a delightful, loving home, and I feel sorry for those who aren't brought up with genuine affection. I'd adopt every child in need if I could. And look, here's my daughter. Come here, sweetheart. Would you like a hug? No, let's not leave the dog out. She needs cuddles too. I know. Let's all go outside and sit on the grass. We can watch the bumblebees and the foxgloves and the butterflies in the bedalia bush. You should smell the honey scent from those scrumptious little flowers. It's like indulging in the most delectable confectionery without putting on a single calorie. Not that I'm too worried about that. I enjoy my food too much. Oh, we're so fortunate to have a gorgeous garden. It's a little bit of heaven on earth and such a joy to share with you. Bliss. So again, to me, that is such a good story representing, this is the Empress. The Empress is always, she's the person that welcomes you into her home every time. Why is my camera doing this tonight? Maybe it's the light. Maybe I have too much light. It's the light in me. Oh, and I just broke my... Okay. See, it looks better, and then it gets washed out. It's the light. I have too much light. You know what it is? I'm too white. I do not have enough color in me. Usually I'm red. Yep, see? All right. Anyways, those stories make it so that you totally see the card's energy, right? Don't you think? This is a person, she's one of those kind of people that always has enough to invite you in for dinner, that always has food on the table for everyone, that always has a hug for you, that always has, she just has that warmth about her, that nurturing, connective. She wants everyone to connect to that energy. Usually has pets that they connect to very easily. That kind of energy. I love it. And again, definitely not just for females, right? I know several men, several non-binary persons that are very nurturing, just like that love, that connection with people, that are very nurturing, that are very loving, that are very open and welcoming. Has nothing to do with feminine or masculine, right? It was so great to be able to chat with her on the Hermit's Cave. She surprised us, right? Took her 10 years to make this deck. Could the High Priestess, the obelisks, represent balance? Yes, absolutely. Yep. Yes, I think Poppy is great, and I feel so bad because recently, it's probably been about 3 or 4 months now, I heard she has not made hardly anything off this deck yet. So she did not, I feel like she's probably this person, and she did not have the business mind maybe to get a better deal, because she has sold a ton of these decks and has not really made a whole lot of money off of them. She's just now really starting to get kind of the royalties, or her cut, or however they do that in. And so before that, they were paying for most of the decks. So she has a channel now explaining each card. Oh my God, the Five of Cups she calls Lost in Loss. Oh, great. So, if this is a deck that you connect with, that you think you could connect with, I don't very often tell you to go buy a deck, but in this case, the creator is so wonderful. And I just feel terrible that she has not made a whole lot of money, because she has sold a whole lot of decks and is just now starting to see some of that come in. So, yes, she was. Showed right up. Okay, and finally, I know, isn't that terrible? So finally, because it's always the biggest card, we go to the El Goliath, which this deck, I just is one of those decks that connects with you very, very deeply. I don't know how much I will use this deck for other people, but this is the El Goliath. Oh, that deck is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And this one is the El Goliath deck. And this is one of those decks that is just so deep. I don't know if I will be using this deck very much with other people, but I definitely love this deck for shadow work, for readings for yourself, and for art cards when you're teaching. They're great because you can see them really well. Is she really doing another deck that's out of print right now too? All right. So this is what he says about this deck. And I will tell you, sometimes I love the creator. He goes on quite a lot. There's lots and lots of explanation. So I'm not going to read all of the explanation because the whole beginning of it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with this card. But I like him a lot. I think because he's kind of a squirrel like me. Okay, so this is a page and a half in. After much self-debate, I finally settled on a beautiful white ethereal peacock as the artwork for this card. I wanted a flowing, ghost-like presence to her energy. I wanted her to glow in the dark. She is a mother, and she lights her own way. Much like the hermit, she does not need to be surrounded by others. She draws her power from within. There are little glowing orbs derived from nature and the cosmos floating all around her in the dark. And these represent all the creative bubbling energies or souls that pass through her and are waiting to come into her to be birthed. She is the vessel, the spring, and the bridge from the non-physical to the physical world. Her ideas, her creativity, and her omniscient presence are parallel to none. And much like her male counterpart, the Emperor, she is where the buck stops in the tarot as far as fertility. She is loving and kind, but at the same time hard and tough, so you cannot pull one over on her easily. The Empress is a non-judgmental energy that sees you and understands why you do what you do. She sees everything in its divine entirety and asks you to bring forth what has been brewing and bubbling inside you. She is asking you to take the time and space needed to shift and enter a completely different frame of mind, thus shifting your reality. While creating this deck, she became the alchemical mother of the Algoliath Tarot. The Empress is the embodiment of feminine, yep, there's that word again, beauty, sensuality, fertility, expression, and nature. The Empress is calling on you to reconnect with your five senses and get more in touch with your body. The energy of the Empress is also about enjoying the finer things in life, treating yourself, and not having to feel guilty or shameful about it. She is calling you to look and find more beautiful ways to express yourself, whether that be through writing, painting, creative projects, making music, or cooking. So what a gorgeous, bright, light energy, right? Okay, so if you, like a flea market day, if you pull this card in career readings, if you're doing a career reading and you pull this card, the circumstances in your career are such that you have an opportunity for growth and reaping what you have sown. It could be financial gain, promotion, or expansion of your scope of responsibility. It's important to sow the seeds and nurture them now in order to reap the benefits. So to make sure you start now, if you haven't been doing so, if the Empress appears with cards like the Seven of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles, this would amplify that, right? Even more, and support the message of reaping what you have sown and experiencing material abundance. So nurture that creative spirit at work, and that will help you to grasp this opportunity, okay? If you, Jen, I found a pregnant mama squirrel glass thingy. What? I totally missed it. Damn it, Tan. I was trying to get ready for this, and I had a paid reading I had to do, too. So I had to cut myself short. I'll have to go back and look. How cool. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to go back and look. If you pull this for a health reading, the Empress brings an opportunity for improved health and well-being. Give proper attention to all matters relating to health and take the necessary care and action required for the improvement to take place. Issues concerning pregnancy or fertility could be indicated by the appearance of the Empress. The benefits of connecting with nature may be suggested, taking a walk in the woods or by the sea, however you connect with that nature. It's funny that Stephen writes this page up for me so that I have that in front of me to read, and is good enough to say take a walk in the woods or by the sea, for example. Whenever I tell somebody you have to go connect with nature, I'm always talking about taking your shoes off and walking barefoot on the earth in Mother Gaia or in the forest. Because I'm an air person, I never think of telling people to go walk by the sea, which is definitely, absolutely an incredible thing to do when you're trying to connect with nature. But it's funny that Stephen, my water person, he thinks of the sea more than I do. So cute. All right. If you pull this card in a relationship reading, the importance of nurturing a relationship through care and attention. Ooh, we're over an hour and a half, guys. Oh, I'm working on it. We're almost done. Hanging in with me? Are you guys okay? I know when you start getting quiet that it's starting to get a lot, but we're almost there. The importance of nurturing a relationship through care and attention is indicated by the Empress. Creating a loving, nurturing environment in the home is highlighted. If a card like the Ten of Cups accompanies the Empress, this is especially emphasized. In a romantic relationship, the Empress indicates positive growth in love and strength of connection. And if the Lovers or the Two of Cups accompanies, it's an engagement or marriage may be indicated. And then in a general, it's the Empress represents creative, nurturing energy. Any efforts made will bring success, abundance, and growth, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. Here we have the this before or after? This one is the before. Shoot, I think this one is the before. Okay, quickly, the before. She has kids on her lap. She has the dove flying above her. She's just getting the staff here into her hand. And the kids are eating. So she's taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of, right? So then she, ta-da, takes the picture. And right after, the swans and the swan mother with the swan babies come in. And she's going, did we get the picture before the damn swans came into the picture? Did we get it? Did we? Do I have to hold this position anymore? Did we get the picture? All right, I'm getting goofy now. I'm sorry, guys. And then the New Vision Tarot is the back of the card, right? So here's the front. The New Vision Tarot shows us what's going on in the back. What she sees. I love that she sees this gate here, and the gate is open so that you can see the path is wide open and you can go right up the path here. We also see the children are now playing behind her. She didn't just get rid of those children. They're playing behind her with the swan. So I like that one. That's a good one. And that's the New Vision Tarot. That shows you what's going on from their point of view, right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Any questions before we pull the card for next week? Anything we didn't cover that you think we need to cover? How are you feeling about the new format? Are you guys good with the new format? I know it runs a little long. We definitely get a lot into the different cards, and we kind of are saying everything that we need to say about the cards. I know it's long, but you guys are okay with that? Because it's not going to be easy to shorten them very much when we're in this format, but I think I'm liking it too, and I think everybody is learning a lot. Loving it? Good. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful. Question. Did the Empress give birth to creepy baby in the Sun card? Oh, I hope not. I hope that beautiful Empress did not give birth to the creepy baby that always is in the Sun card. Please no. All right. So, next week's, ready? We're going to pick right here. 6 of Cups. Hi, Shamara. Glad to see you, sweetie. 6 of Cups. What a great card. I love this card. It's a great card, and I can already think of some really good examples. So as soon as I get off, I will make the event for next week. 6 of Cups. Don't forget that the events are open all the time. So if you suddenly get some insights about the Empress card next week and you want to add some new stuff there, you can. The event from the week before, the 8 of Swords, is there. You can do that. You are so welcome, guys. So welcome, because I'm loving this new format too. So yes, please hit the like button for me. That means that this video gets out to be seen more. Subscribe if you haven't. Click that little notification bell, and if YouTube is feeling generous, they will let you know before or as I'm coming on. And if you're interested in being in the Facebook group and you're not yet, go ahead. Go eat. I know I'm going to have to, so my brain and mouth connect. right on the down below should be, yes, it is. Perfect. The link for the Facebook group. Just make sure you tell us that you are subscribed and what your YouTube name is. So everybody go eat something, right? I know I'm gonna. My mouth is literally watering. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for joining me.